10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Today on BKTV News, we have Farmington, swimming to skating, social media stir at FHS, and a segment on flag folding.
We also have Will It Pizza and an update on the presidential election. All of these are coming up right here on BKTV News.
Going live in 3, 2, 1.
Today is Thursday, November 12th, 2020. Hello and welcome to BKTV News. I'm Jackson Umfleet.
I'm Maggie Killian, and this is BKTV News Live. I'm excited to see what we have in store for today's episode.
So am I. We have Blake Zahner talking about the importance of flag folding. We also have a social media stir at FHS segment talking about current social media climate here at FHS.
That sounds interesting. But don't forget about Carter Klossmeyer's presidential election result update or Will It Pizza.
We will also be having your segment, Maggie, called Farmington Swimming to Skating. I'm really looking forward to everything we have in store today.
So am I. With that in mind, coming up first is Blake Zahner talking about flag folding and the importance of it. Yesterday was Veterans Day, but a few weeks ago there was a flag folding ceremony, and Blake was there to ask questions and show us what it's all about.
For the past 244 years, men and women have served and given their lives for our country's safety. Because of this, we respect those who sacrificed their lives for our country. We use the American flag to respect and represent those who are and were in the military, as well as to represent our states. Our servicemen and women retire, but so do our flags. So to honor the flag and its defenders, we have a special occasion for our flags when they retire. We do this by having a group of people recover old and worn out flags and fold it into a triangle. Folding the flag in a triangle is special because every fold you do represents a purpose to respect the flag. To help me understand this, I have asked a few people to answer some questions about the flag folding and their opinions about it. So why did you do this?
It wasn't for community service or anything. I just wanted to respect and honor the fallen soldiers for our military and help out today.
So do you think flag folding is good for the country and good for the people to do?
Yes, because it's a respectful way of doing it instead of just burning it normally. So it's more of a respectful and honorable way of doing it to people who have served and people in this country.
Do you like flag folding, and do you think other people should do it too?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really fun and it's patriotic and good for the country.
So what does it mean to fold a flag in your words?
I think it's really about respect for our fallen soldiers in America and the citizens and just the founding fathers.
So do you think other countries should do this too?
So I don't know about other countries, but I know that this is one of the things that makes America great, is that we, regardless of what our divisions are or our differences of opinion or different ethnic groups, we can all rally around one symbol that represents us all, and that's the American flag.
I would like to say thank you to the people who answered my questions. Say thank you to the people who were involved with the ceremony. This has been Blake Zahner. See you later.
It's always nice to see respect being shown to our flag. Thank you, Blake. Coming up now is Carter Klossmeyer with an update on the 2020 presidential election results. Take it, Carter.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Carter Klossmeyer, and this is your presidential election update. Currently, according to the Associated Press, Joe Biden is the president-elect of the United States. However, he should not claim victory yet, as many legal issues have still to be sorted out. President Trump has sued multiple swing states and called for recounts in multiple states as well. The confusion and hysteria surrounding this year's election should not come as a surprise, as this is the year of COVID-19. Due to COVID, voters were encouraged to do mail-in voting. This safety measure makes sense. However, it has resulted in the election being extended from an election day to an election week. The larger dependence on mail-in voting has resulted in not only the extension of the election, but allegations of fraud in many states, all of which were to be expected. The Biden campaign supported and encouraged its voters to vote by mail, and the Trump campaign encouraged the normal style of voting, being in-person voting. Due to this dynamic in-voting approach, Biden supporters voted mostly by mail, while Trump voters came in on Election Day. This made the election results look like this. It started with a blue domination as the early mail-in votes were being counted. However, once ballot box results came in, it looked to be a Trump campaign victory. Then as they continued to count the mail-in ballots, this created a rise in the blue states, which in turn created a head-to-head race to victory between the two candidates. The election was then forced to extend itself throughout last week so that the late mail-in ballots could be counted. By the end of the first night, Trump seemed to be the victor, but as last week progressed, mail-in votes turned the tide in favor of the Biden campaign. This has resulted in President Trump enacting investigations on multiple states like Michigan and Pennsylvania. Some feel that Trump's multiple lawsuits are to delay the election results, which are currently not in his favor, while others feel that Trump's allegations are valid. No matter how you feel, it is the duty of both the candidates and us, the American people, to make sure that our election is fair and properly analyzed. Therefore, hostility towards either candidate is unnecessary, as we should all want a clear, fair election result. Now, let's quickly transition to Missouri's election outcome. It's no surprise to see Missouri came out a strong Republican state. It has been since 2000, when it voted for the Republican President George W. Bush. There are only 4 counties that were blue, those being St. Louis City, St. Louis County, Boone County, and Jackson County. All of these counties contain larger cities, which makes this not a surprise for them to go more Democratic. These 4 counties are also the only 4 in Missouri that were blue for Hillary Clinton in the 2016 election. Overall, nothing too new happened in Missouri this go-around. Coming back to the overall election, the 2020 presidential results are still being tabulated and argued with, but the results are definitely favoring Joe Biden. It's fair to say that this seems to be the end of the Trump train. However, Joe Biden's position could be subject to change due to the lawsuits. Fortunately for Biden's campaign, these pending cases have yet to find anything unexpected and are unlikely to cause a dramatic change in the election results. This election was not an easy one for both candidates and quite frankly for the American people. But it looks like there's a new dawn on the horizon and a new president in our future. Folks, this has been your presidential election update. My name is Carter Klossmeyer, and thank you for watching.
It's a confusing time here in America, but I, like most of America, hope that things clear up fast and we can all move forward as smoothly as possible. Moving on, being presented by Sydney Sanchez, Whitney F. Tink, and Heath Ritchie, we have Social Media Stir at FHS.
Social media can be a wonderful thing. You can connect with friends and family all around the world. However, in the wrong hands, it can be used to hurt people and make lives miserable. We feel the need to bring this up because there are people who have created anonymous social media accounts in order to make a number of unproven claims about students here at FHS. In other words, bully accounts.
We will not disclose the names of the accounts because these accounts are negatively affecting school's life for students and teachers alike. To get a better understanding of how these bully accounts are impacting us, we sat down with Dr. Hampton, the assistant principal, and Miss Amy Grief, the school social worker. Here's what they have to say.
So first of all, there have been multiple social media pages that post only negative comments about students, and we've had students that have come in and reported it to us, and obviously we want to protect our students. We want them to feel safe while they're at school, and sometimes it does disrupt the school day for them. And it's really frustrating when we can't get to the bottom of that because it's very easy for students to post negative things behind a keyboard when other people don't know who's doing that because they feel safe enough to post those negative things but not have any consequences for that. So students do come in and they request that we do something about the people that are posting those negative things on those social media accounts. And for us, we've asked Instagram and Facebook will report those accounts when we do find out that those things are happening. We try to help students as much as possible, and we support them through our social workers or our counselors or whatever supports they might need during the day, and see if they have any information of how maybe that person that's leading that social media account came into that information, and we try to support them. If we can't get it taken down, then that's all we can do to support the students. So I think the one important thing about these social media accounts is that the only way we can give them any power is that we have followers on those accounts. So just like anything else in school, if we are going to give attention to it and we're going to follow it, we're going to like those comments, the person that's liking the comments, the person that's following the pages are as guilty as the people that are posting those accounts. You know, I give students examples. If you're with a group of people and one of your friends runs in and robs a gas station and you're with them and you knew that was happening and you didn't do anything to stop it, are you as guilty as that person because you knew that was happening, right? So it's kind of like surround yourself with the people that you want to be associated with, and so we're following those accounts, and then the people are being hurt by that, and you're not doing anything to stop it either.
Well, as the school social worker, I have had students come down who have been negatively impacted. A lot of times they're the ones maybe that has had a post about them, and so they're upset, and we just try to talk through just the damage of being able to hear things about yourself that you have no control over what's being said. Well, I think anxiety, depression, there's all kinds of studies that show that over social media use can lead to those two diagnoses. I think anytime we compare ourselves to people, and social media is just hard because you don't really know if you're seeing the true picture of what someone's life is. So you just see the perfect, and then that's what you look at, and it causes feelings of not being good enough, just the depression and just anxious about worry. I also think sleep patterns, it hurts your, if you're constantly waiting for that phone to ding or looking and checking, you're not going to be sleeping really well either. First of all, I would just like for people to just be nice. If that could just be the baseline, I think that would help. But, typically anytime we do something, there's a reason behind why we're doing it. So I think you should ask yourself, like, why do I feel like I need to share this? Why do I need to post this? What am I going to get out of it? And think, would I say that to that person's face? If would I say the exact same thing that I'm getting ready to put on social media? Would I say it to their face?
Reporting for BKTV, I'm Sydney Sanchez.
And I'm Whitney FT.
Thank you guys for watching.
It's sad that there are people who feel the need to bully others online.
It is pretty lame.
Yeah, it is lame. If you are one of these lame bullies, we will look for you, we will find you, and we will...
Report you. We will report you. Right, Jackson?
Yeah, of course. What did you think I was going to say?
Report you. I thought you were going to say report you.
Well, luckily you were right. To keep this ball rolling, up next is actually you, Maggie.
That's right. I sat down with Bud Norman, who works in the Department of Parks and Recreation in Farmington. We talked about how the Farmington skate park evolved from a pool and it came to be what it is today. This is Farmington Swimming to Skating.
Our skate park is one of the biggest concrete skate parks in southeast Missouri, with around 28,000 square feet. And I don't really know how to skate. I do, however, know how to swim. Speaking of skating and swimming, did you know this place used to be a swimming pool? I know, right? It's kind of crazy. To find out more, I got the chance to sit down with Bud Norman. And he told me everything I need to know about how this place used to be a swimming pool. Let's shoot it on over to Bud.
I'm Bud Norman. I work for the city of Farmington, Parks and Recreation. I've been there for coming up on 44 years. At one time was the director of parks.
Is there anything from the pool that is still at the skate park today?
Yes, the building, the original building that's all concrete construction is still there. And that's basically what's left of the old city pool.
Oh, wow.
It housed a concession stand, sun decks, changing rooms. It was the going place years ago for folks to come to.
So why did it get changed from a pool to a skate park?
Well, at that time we were closing the pool down. And at that time we had used money in the past, federal money, to keep that facility operating. And when you take federal money, it requires that you maintain it for public use in perpetuity, which is a long time. And so we needed to do a conversion at that point from it becoming a pool to becoming a skate park. And we spent the time to handle that process, or to do that process. There were lots of kids at that time skating downtown on places that they shouldn't have been skating. And so there was kind of a push in city government to try to figure out if we could, and in parks, to try to figure out if we could find a good place, maybe to build a skate park. They just constructed one in the city of Columbia, and we took a trip there to take a look at it, and that was called Grind 99. And we took a bus, the Chamber of Commerce co-sponsored that. The kids were on a skate park that is very similar to ours. We had a blast, and from there on, we had an opportunity to move forward. Yes, there was segregation at the pool, but there was segregation at a lot of places at that particular time. And that lasted well into the 50s. Thankfully, we came to a place where that didn't make any sense anymore, and we needed to be progressive and move forward. And I don't know when in the 60s or late 50s that changed, because I don't have any historical data, but it did, and it was for the best, and we had great groups who came to attend our pool. There are even skaters my age who like to come to that park and skate, because in the 60s, that's when it became really popular. Yeah.
So do you skate?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Oh.
I like my bones too well.
That's understandable. Thank you for sitting down with me today. I learned a lot, and I hope to learn more.
That was really interesting, Maggie. It's cool to learn a bit more about how Farmington has changed.
It was fun for me, and I would like to say a big thank you to Bud Norman for letting me interview him. Up next is Return to Learn with TJ Benoist and Michael Capayas, who sat down with students who did virtual, hybrid, or in-person schooling to give us some different perspective on how different types of learning styles here at FHS.
The coronavirus has turned the world upside down, changing the way we all are learning. The Farmington School District gave students 3 options: traditional, hybrid, and fully virtual. We're all attending school in different places, whether it be from home or from school. We reached out to the school district associate superintendent, Dr. Kraus, to inquire about the number of students in each category. As of October 14th, we have in Insight Learning within the entire school district, there are 3,184 students. In hybrid, we have 165, and for full off-site or virtual, we have 663. To get a better understanding of what this is like, we spoke with Macy Rawson, who's a virtual student this year.
So, Macy, what drove you to pick this option for schooling, and was it a concern with the coronavirus?
Yeah, it was a concern with COVID because me and my sister both have immune deficiencies, and it was just safer to go virtual.
Are you happy with your choice, or would you have preferred a different method?
I'm happy with my choice of going virtual because I get to learn at my own pace, and I get to be with my sister and mom all day.
So, would you say this option is easier compared to years past?
It is for me because I'm not rushed and I can learn at my own pace. And by learning at my own pace, it's easier for me to understand things. Distracting than a classroom.
Are you considering switching to in-person at the end of the semester, or are you going to stay with your choice?
I think I'm going to stay with my choice because virtual is just a lot more easier for me.
Another style was hybrid. Hybrid is a balance of both online and in-person classes. We spoke with Luke Houston, who chose hybrid for this school year, to see how it's been.
What's up, FHS? I'm Michael Capayas here with Luke Houston, who is a hybrid learner this year. So, Luke, what drove you to choose this option for schooling, and was it a concern with the coronavirus?
It wasn't a concern for me. It was more my mom's standpoint. She just wanted me out of the school part-time to have less spread of the virus.
Are you happy with your choice, or would you have preferred a different method?
Personally, I'm happy with my choice. I kind of like the hands-on, doing it by myself learning. I feel like I retain more knowledge.
Would you say this option is easier compared to years past?
No, I'd definitely say it's harder. It's harder to stay motivated, it's harder to keep on track with your work and do things without a teacher, but it's also nice at the same time.
Are you considering switching to in-person at the end of the semester, or do you plan to stay with your choice?
I personally kind of wanted to stay and finish it, but again, my mom, she's switching me back to full-time school, I think, November 2nd.
The rest of us who have chose to be here at school, things have been a little different, but maintained some normalcy as well. For BKTV News, this has been TJ Benoist and Michael Capayas. Stay safe and wear a mask.
Now it's time to wrap up this episode of BKTV News with our last segment of the day, Will It Pizza.
Ryder Hunt and Garrett Ward will be trying out different pizza types and seeing if they will pizza?
That's right, now it's time for Will It Pizza. Take it away.
Welcome to the first episode of Will It Pizza.
I'm Ryder Hunt.
I'm Garrett Ward.
Today we got an original pizza crust with our red sauce, mozzarella cheese, and mild cheddar. Our weird toppings today are tuna and pineapple.
You always want to make sure the pizza is fully cooked, and once it is done, let it sit out for a couple minutes.
Okay, so let's take our pizza crust here and start spreading the sauce. Take your spoon or spreading utensil. Now when spreading the sauce, make sure it looks about like this, or just to your personal preference, doesn't really matter. Now after the sauce, you're going to want to take your mozzarella cheese. Take about a handful, or however much you want. That should be enough. Okay, now for the gross part. We got our tuna and pineapple. Oh, the part you guys wanted. So what we're going to do, we're just going to get spoonfuls of tuna and just spread it on there. We're going to take a little more cheese and just put a little more on there.
And the next topping is pineapple. So let's just throw these pineapple circles right on the pizza, like that.
That right there should be good. Now, we're ready to pop this boy in the oven.
Oh, our pizza's done. Cut our pizza, and here in a minute we'll try it. Now that we have our pizza cut, let's try it. Here we go. Oh my god. The pineapple helps a little bit, but that's terrible.
It's juicy.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd say a pizza's juicy.
Definitely a 2 out of 10. That is not good.
That's a 2 out of 10.
Super fishy taste.
Okay, so what went good about the pizza?
The pineapple is the only thing good about that.
Honestly, you couldn't taste the cheese?
No.
And tuna.
Tuna overtakes everything.
Overtakes everything. And I don't know, the pineapple helped a little bit, but don't recommend it.
Yeah, definitely don't make this pizza at home.
Please don't. But thank you for watching the first episode of Will It Pizza. I think we can both agree that this pizza will not pizza.
That is all for this episode of BKTV News.
We here at BKTV Studios would like to thank everyone who watched this episode and had a hand in making this episode.
That's right. Thank you for watching. My name is Jackson Umfleet.
My name is Maggie Killian, and we will see you on the next BKTV News.